Arthur. "What's that?" shouted Arthur from his bed. Arthur noticed something in the middle of his room. It was big and wrapped in dinosaur paper. It was his birthday present. As fast as he could, he jumped out of bed and ran to the present. It was a toolkit. Arthur couldn't wait to try it out. By the garden wall and behind the blackcurrant bush, Arthur could see Grandad's bike. He pulled out his brand spanking new spanner and got to work straight away. But then, just as he got to the back door, Arthur heard a crash. "Ow, Arthur!" cried Grandad. Grandad had fallen on the floor, and there were nuts and bolts everywhere. The only part of Grandad's bike left intact were the handlebars. "Oops," whispered Arthur. Arthur sneaked back inside and opened the living room door. Mum was singing his baby sister to sleep. She couldn't hear Arthur measuring all his toys one by one with his new tape measure. Then, just as he was about to leave the living room, Arthur heard a yelp. "Oh, Arthur!" wailed Mum. Mum was in a pickle. The tape measure had wrapped around her and she couldn't move. "Uh-oh," whispered Arthur. Arthur hurried to the top of the stairs and darted to the bathroom. He noticed 2 screws twinkling at him, so he reached for his screwdriver and started twisting the handle. Just then, as he got to his bedroom door, Arthur heard a shout. "Ow, Arthur!" shouted his big brother. His brother was sat on the toilet, and the toilet roll holder was on the floor, and the toilet paper covered the tiled floor. "Whoops," giggled Arthur. Running into the conservatory, Arthur spotted Nanny's large knitting bag. Inside the bag were balls of wool and what looked like giant nails. Arthur knew just what to do and pulled out his shiny new hammer. Then, just as he was packing his hammer away, Arthur heard a cry. "Ow, Arthur!" shouted Nanny. Nanny looked cross. Her trusty old knitting needles had been hammered into the wooden floor. "Oh dear," whispered Arthur. There was a click and the sound of keys coming from the front door. Dad was home. Dad knew instantly that something was wrong because Arthur looked sad. "I wanted to try out my new toolkit," said Arthur. "Oh, I see," said Dad. "Well, it's best to fix things when they need fixing, and to let me help you." Together, they fixed Grandad's bike. They unwrapped Mum. They fixed the toilet roll holder and pulled the knitting needles out of the floor. Sat in the dining room, Arthur spent time polishing each tool and arranging them neatly in a line. "The tools are ready for action," he said. He was waiting for something to fix. He waited and waited and waited and waited, but he couldn't wait any longer, so he carefully picked up the screwdriver, making sure no one was looking, and crash! "Oh, Arthur!" his family groaned. "Oh dear,"